In this video, we will learn the explanation of the poem A Tiger in the Zoo, written by Leslie Norris. The poet here shows the plightful condition of the tiger that is confined to the concrete cell of the zoo and simultaneously showing its helplessness. It contrasts a tiger when it is in its natural habitat and when it is caged in a zoo. Natural habitat means the forest. The tiger paces up and down in his cage on a starry night. He is full of rage, means anger, but is quiet in his helplessness. The poet is moved to pity at the tiger's helplessness and says that the tiger should have been in the jungle. So now let's start with the explanation of the poem. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. The poet says that he here refers to the tiger. So this is personified. Tiger has been personified. So this is our first poetic device, that is personification. He stalks in his vivid stripes. The poet says that the tiger moves in the cell of the zoo in his vivid stripes. Vivid stripes refers to the colorful stripes of the tiger. The few steps of his cage, because he is kept in a cage, so he cannot move freely. That's why he can take only a few steps on pads of velvet quiet. This is another poetic device, that is metaphor. Velvet quiet means the pads of the tiger are compared to velvet, which is a material, silk material, which is very soft, and because it cannot move freely, that's why it's moving very slowly and quietly in his quiet rage. Quiet rage is oxymoron. Oxymoron means when we have two opposing adjectives. They are not opposites, but yes, they are opposing adjectives. Here the tiger is full of rage, but he is unable to show its anger, so that's why it is quiet, because there is nobody to help him. He should be lurking in shadow. Now the poet contrasts. He says that he should have been somewhere in the forest. He should be lurking in shadow. Lurking means moving somewhere in the shadow of the trees, sliding through long grass. The tiger is a very good hunter and it's known for its hunting skills. So the poet says that it should have been somewhere in the long grass near some water trough where he will be looking for its prey. Prey means for some deer. Plump deer means some cherubic deer. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge. The poet says that he should have been somewhere in the jungle looking for some people whom he could terrify, and these houses naturally are located near the jungle, barring his white fangs. White fangs refers to the teeth of the tiger, which he uses to terrify the people. His claws terrorizing the village, means he should be somewhere near houses which are located near the jungle and he will be trying to terrify them. But he is locked in a concrete cell. But here the situation is opposite. He is locked in a concrete cell. This is alliteration. C sound is repeated. His length behind bars. Behind bar is another alliteration. But here he is locked in the concrete cell, and that's why his strength is confined to the cage. That's why it cannot move freely. Stalking the length of the cage, he can not move freely. He can take only a few steps, ignoring visitors. He is ignoring the visitors here because he considers them devoid of feelings, as none of them tries to help him out of the prison. That's why he's ignoring the visitors. He hears, this is another alliteration, he hears the last voice at night. The patrolling guards. Patrolling guards refers to the guards of the zookeepers who are assuring the safety of the zoo at night. Here, imagery has been used. The tiger is trying to imagine the things which he could enjoy when he is in the jungle, and stares at his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So because he cannot come out of the prison, of that cell. So that's why he is staring at the stars which are so bright, and simultaneously he is trying to imagine himself in the forest when it is free and he can freely enjoy the beauties of nature. Then he is a free animal without any bondage, without any cell, or without any prison. Now let's talk about the theme of the poem. Through this poem, Norris wishes to convey his concern for the wild animals, and simultaneously the brutal attitude of human beings has also been depicted. Animals which are forced into a life of captivity by man. Man's whims and fancies are endless. So he seeks to cage wild animals and display them in a zoo for visitors. But man fails to see that in the process, the animals are being deprived of their natural environment, and this is morally wrong, as man has no right to harm and destroy other lives. So it's very important, it is a need of the hour that we should understand our responsibility towards our environment before it is too late.